treat hip pain for seniors. Hello, Bob here. I'm in my living room. I'm going to use the mat in front of me. If you don't have a mat or a carpet, you're going to have to get one. A yoga mat would work, but I'm assuming that most people have some kind of a carpet. It doesn't have to be this big though. You don't have to do this exercise in your living room either. And the exercise has a funny name. It's called get down, roll over, get up. I practice this a lot. There are a lot of exercises that I like to do on the floor, whether I'm on my hands and knees or on my tummy or on my back. They're all really important exercises for my overall health. So if you're one of those people that thinks, no, I'm not doing those exercises because I'm not getting down there, I might never get up or I might hurt myself on the way down or on the way up. Well, I'm going to assume that that could happen, but if I do it with intention, get down with intention, pay attention to what I'm doing, do my exercise while I'm there, and then get back up with intention, I think I'll be safe. So here's how we do it. If you need to use the support of a chair or a couch or something close by, use it. If you don't use it. So I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to show you how to get down, roll over, get up with support, and then I'm going to do it without support. And practice it as many times as you want because you need to practice to get something to be permanent for your brain. All right, here we go. This is get down, roll over, and get up. So I'm using my couch. I'm going to put down one of my legs. This one seems to be okay today. In my hand. And I'll scoot this one here underneath me. And believe it or not, I'm down. That was pretty simple. I'm assuming you have a chair. Make sure it's a sturdy chair and something that won't slide, or a couch like this. Okay? So then when I'm in this position, I could do some exercises here, or maybe I'd like to get onto my back so I could do some more. So I'll sort of lower my hip. I'm on my hip, and then I'll get down onto my side, and then I'll get my cushion. Maybe I'll throw it down before I get down here, and I'll roll over so I can have support underneath my head and my neck. Use a rolled up towel if you want. Do my exercises here onto my side, my hip, onto my arms and legs facing down. I could get all the way down and do some exercises in this position or in this position. And then when I'm ready to get up, I just work my way over here to my couch or my chair and push myself maybe into here. And then when I'm ready, because remember, as you go down with your head and up with your head, your blood pressure changes. It makes you maybe feel a little dizzy. So be careful. But when I'm ready, feeling okay, I can push off and do a sit to stand, stand to sit, and I'm done. Great. Easy, right? All right, let me try it because I've been practicing without the couch. So I've thrown my cushion down on the ground, and I'm standing in the middle of the room here. I think, oh, I remember going to yoga class. And so what they did was they bent over, do a fold, use your knees, bend your legs, hold onto the floor, maybe walk out a little bit, maybe not. And here comes the hard part. Put one knee down, and I'm down. And then I can get sitting on my side, my hip, all the way down, do my rollover exercise. When I'm all done, on the other side, sit up on the hip, scoot around, maybe do some exercises in this position, maybe in this position. And when I'm ready, put my feet underneath my hips. Remember that yoga class? My legs are bent and unfold slowly. Am I dizzy? No. When I think I'm okay, I'm done. Practice makes permanent. Have fun. No excuses, by the way. The clam shell is a very popular exercise that will strengthen your pelvic, hip, glute area and your low back. It isn't complicated. It isn't difficult. It just needs to be done regularly. So down on the mat, on your side, whether you're up on your forearm here or down here in this position, doesn't matter. What matters is that your shoulders, your hips, and your knees are in a nice straight line. I don't want you to be like this in a cup shape. I want you to be straight out, shoulders, hips, knees in a nice straight line. That's the trick. And I'm balancing on my hip here. So if this is my sore side or my sore hip, that should be on top. If you don't have any sore sides or sore hips, do both sides when you do the clamshell. Notice my feet are stacked. Now I'm going to glue my feet together and just bring my knees apart, like so. But I have to make sure I got that straight line down the side of my body. So my feet are together, my hips are apart. And when I bring them together, I do it super slowly, resisting all the way to closure here. Good. When I'm ready, I open as far as I can go. Hold it there for maybe 3, 5, 10 seconds, whatever you're comfortable with. And then slowly close the clam on the prey. Open again. Hold it. Slowly close the clam on the prey. Open. How many times? Maybe 3 times. Then flip over or do it 10 times, whatever you're comfortable with. If this is too difficult, up here on your forearm. And if you're up here on your forearm, make sure your shoulder is right above your elbow. Close the clam. So I'll try it in the down position, resting right down here, holding my head up. I've still got that straight line between my shoulders, my hips, and my knees. Open the clam, hold it, and when you're ready, close the clam. If you want to do it with your breath, just take a deep breath in through your nose, and then as you open the clam, exhale. When you get up here, just breathe comfortably. When you're ready to move your knees together, take a deep breath in and blow out as you exhale. Slowly close the clam. Got that? And you're going to flip over and do it on the other side. If it's just too easy for you, take the top leg, don't move the bottom one, and just place it over top of the bent leg. And then when you're ready, lift your leg up as high as you can. It's nice and straight. Hold it up there. And when you're ready, slowly lower the straight leg. Now your clam looks a little different. When you're ready, lift it up. It's a straight leg. Otherwise, your body position hasn't changed. Get it up as high as you can. You'll feel it in your hip. Lots of muscles down there in your bum and in your pelvis, hip area to work and get strong. There's no way you want to fall. You don't want your hip breaking and then fall. You don't want to fall and then break your hip. You want to keep them strong. You can do this. If this is just way too easy, when you get it up here, move it forward and hold it there. And then bring it back and maybe go back. Hold it there. Get the leg straight that's in the air. Come back. Slowly bring it down. You can change any variation of that straight leg in the air to make it harder. It works more of the muscles, the harder it gets, and you will be really grateful if you get those hip, pelvis, low back muscles strong. Don't forget, clamshell. You could do it in your bed if you had a nice sturdy bed. So get down on your back on the mat and make sure you got a rolled up towel or some kind of a little cushion or something underneath your neck to support your head. You want your head in neutral. Put your arms apart so that your shoulders are glued to the floor, and keep the shoulders glued to the floor. So you're bending your legs, and then you're going to lift them up, your feet up, and you hold your knees above your hips, and then slowly move your legs together down to the floor like a windshield wiper. And don't let your shoulders come off the mat. And so when they start to come off the mat, you hold it. And when you get as far as you can go, hold it there, and we'll count 3, 2, 1, and then we slowly come back up to neutral, and then we'll come the other way. So remember, the opposite shoulder to the way you're lowering your knees has to be glued to the mat. And this person has lots of flexibility, must have great hips, but we're not all like this person. Sometimes we can't do this down that far. So hold it there, and then when you're ready, lift them up again. Keep your legs bent and your knees together, and then when you're ready, you can do the other way again. You take your time. The whole thing is slowly done. But keep those shoulder blades stuck to the mat the whole time. And when you get into these different positions, just briefly hold them for maybe 3 seconds and then slowly come back into neutral. Let's just see if we can go this way one more time. Windshield wiper. Some people have no problem with this at all, so they don't even bother doing it. You want to keep your hips strong and everything connected to the hip, like your low back. The 3D dead bug. So you're lying on your back, you've got your head supported with your little cushion there, and your legs are bent and your feet are flat. Ready to go here for the 3D dead bug. Okay, bring your knees up so that the legs are at 90 degrees. So your knees are above your hips. And your 90-degree angle is at the knee. Good, 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 good. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to lower one leg, like you're going to straighten one leg and push it forward very slowly. Keep the other leg bent. Good. And try to straighten the leg. Get that heel way out there, but don't touch the floor. Get down there a little bit lower, and then slowly, after you hold it, bring it back in. Good. Let's try the other side when you're ready. Notice the arms are flat and they're relaxed. You're trying to keep your back flat. And you hold it. You can get it closer to the floor if you want, but you don't want to touch the floor with your leg. No part. Let's try that again. This time we'll try to get the leg a little bit closer to the floor. You'll feel all kinds of muscles firing up that support your hip. I don't have to tell you where they are. You'll know where they are. Okay, bring it in when you're ready. And try one more on the other side. See how that feels. Just take your time. It's not a hurry job here. Straighten the leg, but don't touch the leg to the floor. Okay? And bring that in. Now, if you think, no, that's just a little bit too easy for me. Well, it wouldn't be too easy for me, but if it's too easy for you, let's straighten the leg again. Doesn't matter which one. Straighten it out. Get it down there, but don't touch the floor. And then take it out to the side with the ankle turned a little bit. Yeah, like that. Take it out to the side. And then bring it back in when you're ready. And then straighten your ankle, your foot. Yep. Okay, so you straighten the leg, then you turn your foot to the side, and then you take your leg out following your toes. Turn it, and then take it out. Holy cats. Are you ready for that? I don't know. And then bring it back up. Let's do it one more time on each side, except this time, hold it. When you straighten the leg, turn your toes in, and then take it in the direction of your toe. So the leg is straight, turn the toes in the, yes, and then bring it across. No, the other in. That's it, that way. And keeping everything else, keep this other leg with the knee above the hip the whole time. Okay, so she's going to do this leg stays there. This leg straightens. And point the toe in and bring it across a little bit. There. And then slowly, when you're ready, bring it back. And then straighten your foot out and bring it up. The side plank bridge. It focuses on the muscles in the back of your body, which means your low back and your glutes and your hamstrings. So you get on your side. If you have a sore side, make sure that's at the top. But if not, you're going to do this on both sides. We'll just show you the one side. It looks the same on the other side. So she's resting on her forearm and she's got her elbow below her shoulder. And there's a little bit of space between her hip and her armpit. That's a little bit of a bridge, but we need to get that hip off the ground too so that more water can flow under the bridge. Notice that she's got her shoulder and her hip and her knee in a straight line. She's not in that cup position. We talked about that before. So she's got her legs on top of each other and they're sort of glued together, and then she's got her legs bent at the knee so that her feet are behind her. Okay? So her job is to get her hip off the floor. So she would take by the way, when you're doing this, if you want, you can suck your belly button in, which will activate your core around your abdomen. If you can't think about all these things at the same time, don't worry about that. But you're going to lift your hip by pushing down on your forearm. Lift your hip off the ground. So slowly lift your hip. Oh, get those knees together. Yes. And hold it there so water can come underneath the bridge. And then as you're resting up there for a second or two, just breathe normally and then lower your hip down slowly. And there you go. Okay, so let's try it again. So when she's ready, she pushes down on her forearm. That's why the elbow has to be right underneath the shoulder. Otherwise, you're going to have problems with your shoulder. And the water can come underneath her body. And she just holds it there, and then when she thinks she's had enough, she comes back down. And then she would do the other side. So it's a side plank bridge. We're going to finish this workout with a stretch. Like most workouts should be finished, with some kind of a stretch. And of course, you're going to stretch the muscles that you were working on. And since you're working on your hip, let's stretch the piriformis, which is a core muscle deep inside your bum. It's not that big, but it does a lot of work. And it needs to be strong and needs to be stretched so that your low back doesn't give you any pain and your hip doesn't give you any pain. So it's the piriformis stretch. So notice her position again. She's got her little cushion there supporting her neck. Her arms are at her side. Her legs are bent. But she wants to take one leg and put it across the other one. So lift one leg off the ground and put it across the other one. Yeah, above the knee. Now, when I do that, I can't get my top leg in that position. It sits there, but it's not the knee. This knee here, on her is more like from the knee to the ankle. It's more in a straight line. Mine's more in like this because my hips aren't as strong as hers. So you're working toward getting that knee to the ankle at the top there in a nice straight line. And you just hold it there, but you want to work the piriformis muscle in your bum. So she's going to grab a hold of her legs somehow and pull them in toward her chest. So with your hands, grab your legs, Sue, and pull them in. Yeah, like that. And the more you pull it in, the more you'll feel your piriformis in your bum. And if you're saying, well, I'm not sure which side I'm going to feel it on, well, if the leg is bent on top and she pulls it in, the piriformis will fire up right in there. So she'll have to do the other leg on top so she can fire up her piriformis on the other side. So go ahead and put your legs down again and then switch sides. So she takes the one leg on the other side and lifts it over top, right above the knee, ankle kind of on the knee, and then when she's ready, she grabs a hold of her legs and pulls them in. However she wants to do that. Pull it in. The more you pull it in, the more the piriformis on that top leg, bum down there, will fire up. And she holds it until she thinks, oh, it's enough, and then I'll relax again. So relax. Now we're going to do it one more time, so switch legs. All right? Good. And then when you're ready, grab your legs and pull them in. Now, to make it a little bit more fun, she takes the knee here and she tries to push it away so that her lower leg is straight. So she keeps the ankle on that side, but she pushes this in that direction to straighten it. And she'll feel the piriformis even more as she tries to push the knee away. And then she relaxes, and then she does the other side, and then she's done. You can repeat this as many times as you want. You can hold it as long as you want, but pull it in and then think, okay, I think I'm going to try to push my knee away to straighten the top leg. I want it that way. So it's like a real figure 4. Yeah, you can do this sitting in a chair, but today's all about using the mat. You know, you could do this in bed too. And then when she's ready, she relaxes. And that's her stretch, and that's the workout, and your hips will love you for this, and good luck. Oh, one more thing. Sue here wants to show you how she activates her piriformis, similar to what we just did, but a little bit more complicated. But watch her closely. She says that this really fires up her piriformis. So she takes her legs up, crosses them over, and pulls in, and then grabs her feet and pulls them apart. Wow.